Jupiter Island isn't just home to some of the wealthiest people in America. It's a stretch of paradise where oceanfront mansions sell for tens of millions and privacy is the ultimate luxury. If you're new here, my name is Lindsay Tronalone. I'm a local real estate agent and I make videos about living in Jupiter. Today, I'm taking you on an exclusive driving tour through Jupiter Island, a place where privacy is protected, the views are priceless, and major real estate rarely ever hits the public market. You'll get a look at everything from oceanfront mansions to the brand new sea glass condominium, and you'll understand why high net worth buyers, from pro athletes to CEOs, choose to call this place home. All right, guys, before we cross over onto Jupiter Island, I'm going to give you some backstory on why this place is so exclusive and why so many high net worth individuals are choosing to live here. First of all, it's beautiful, right? It's paradise. It's an island. It's a barrier island located just off the coast of Jupiter. But what's really cool about this island is it's actually pretty small. It's only 17 miles long, less than a mile wide in most places on the island, and there's less than 900 residents total. Now, here in Florida, it is very seasonal, so you're not going to have a whole lot of year-round residents here. They do exist on Jupiter Island, but most of the people that are purchasing here have multiple homes, 3, 4, 5, 6 or more homes, and this is just one that they choose to visit in the months where it's cold everywhere else. One of the key factors here why people love this island is that there's no commercial development and there's strict zoning laws. So really the people that live here want to keep this island as pristine as possible. Now, with that being said, you'll see there are some really killer mansions on this island. And many of these lots that are located here run ocean to intercoastal. So you're going to see pieces of property and homes here where the lot is almost 4 acres. You've got, 130 some feet of beach, 130 some feet of intercoastal. I'm going to show you a home that has a private golf course on it. So it's really just everything you could imagine in a luxury lifestyle you're going to find on Jupiter Island. Now, as we come over the bridge, this is Cato's Bridge that we're going to drive over. This is a really popular spot for snorkeling, kayaking, paddleboarding. I actually took a clear kayak tour here. It was beautiful. You can see tons of wildlife. The water's crystal clear, especially in those summer months. But this is really a popular place for just fishing off the beach, hanging out, swimming, snorkeling, all those fun things. And as we come over to the east side of the bridge, you'll see the Jupiter Inlet Boating Club. And this is a well-known marina. You're going to see some big yachts here, fishing boats mostly, but this is a really great place for people that need kind of that deep water access to keep their boat, because as we go north, you'll see the water can get a little bit shallow. So as we come over this bridge on the east side, you'll check out the Jupiter Inlet Boating Club, and then I'm going to show you the most southern tip of the island, which is Jupiter Inlet Colony. So Jupiter Inlet Colony is a residential area, mostly single-family homes here. There's about 240 homes in this neighborhood. And why this place is desirable is, one, the homes are a little bit newer than some of the other ones on Jupiter Island, but this location, if you look at it on a map, you're right on the Jupiter Inlet, right on the intercoastal. So if you love to be on the boat, you love the waterfront lifestyle, this is a really nice option. Plus, it's super secure. This island has its own police force. It's got its own private beach. Many of the homes here are new construction, and the streets are super quiet. They're walkable. When you're on this island, it feels like just a really special bubble. So what I'm gonna drive by and show you guys now is this island actually has its own beach club also, which is great. So if you're kind of looking for that all-inclusive, boat, beach, privacy, newer construction homes, you definitely want to consider Jupiter Inlet Colony. The average median price point on Jupiter Island as a whole is a little over $5 million. You are definitely going to see some of those price points in Jupiter Inlet Colony as well. But depending on what you're looking for, there are a couple homes here that could definitely turn over. If you're someone who likes a project, or maybe, you're looking for a new construction home, there have been plenty of projects here where the home was completely demolished and a brand new home has gone up. So let's take a quick look at the beach club and I'll show you guys around. So behind me here is the Jupiter Inlet Colony Beach Club, and this entire island has been a sanctuary for the wealthy since the 1930s, and you can see why here. Just behind me, we've got crystal clear blue water, palm trees, and just a private beach club. So if you're someone who values privacy and security, Jupiter Inlet Colony is definitely going to be a location you want to consider. Some notable residents that lived in Jupiter Inlet Colony are Olivia Newton-John from Greece, of course, and Perry Como, actor and singer. So next up on our tour, we're gonna go through a luxury condo row. So as you come off of Jupiter Inlet Colony and you're headed north on Jupiter Island, you're gonna see a small strip of condominium buildings. Many of these have been here since the 60s. Even though they might look a little modest compared to some of the estates we're gonna see, these condos command, $1 million price points as well. So just really being on the zip code, in the zip code of Jupiter Island, is gonna elevate your real estate value by far. I'm also going to show you a new condominium that just went up, luxury new condos with killer amenities called the Sea Glass building. And I'm gonna drive you past a new construction condo that's going up, owned by the Fontainebleau developers, who just recently, they bought this condo, bulldozed it, and are building another brand new luxury condominium complex with tons of amenities as well. So a lot of activity happening on this island. Since the tragedy of the Surfside condominium collapse that happened a few years ago, Florida legislation has decided that condo buildings and condo associations have to have a certain amount of money in reserves to maintain their buildings for safety purposes, right? But a lot of these older buildings, they don't have the budget, so they end up selling to these developers who then bulldoze and build brand new. So kind of an interesting phenomenon happening here in South Florida in the condo market. All right, so we are approaching the Fontainebleau development. This property sold for about $102 million before it was bulldozed, which was a record at the time in South Florida. So you can see here, this is gonna be 26 oceanfront estate-style residences. The property sits on a little over an acre, but direct oceanfront access here. All right, guys, next up is Coral Cove Beach Park. This is one of my favorite parts of Jupiter Island. So we're gonna jump out real quick and I'll give you guys a quick walking tour of the park. Welcome to Coral Cove Park. So as you can see here, one of the main reasons I love this park so much is that it feels like old school natural Jupiter. You're gonna see a lot of sea grape hedges like this. I'm gonna walk you up and show you the beach access up this way. This is a local favorite on the island because it's a public beach access and because it's just so pristine and just very natural. What's cool about this park is in the summertime, if you have kids, there are a handful of summer camps that are run out of this park as well, just to give kids access to the snorkeling, the beach, everything that makes this area so great. So let's go up and check out the beach access here. All right, guys, right behind me here is the Sea Glass condo. I mentioned this is a new construction project. It's 21 luxury condo units, and these are gonna start right around $8 million here and go upwards from there. As you can see, it's a completely concierge style building, elevators, and you're right on the ocean here. So if you're someone who's looking for luxury oceanfront, ready to go, brand new condominium residences, you definitely wanna check out the Sea Glass. All right, as we wrap up on condo row here, I'm gonna talk to you guys a little bit about some of the notable residents that live on this island. I mentioned there are, many high net worth individuals, but some of them you've probably heard of. First off, the legendary football coach Nick Saban bought a house here very recently. I'm gonna give you a quick drive-by of that home as well. Celine Dion had a residence here. Of course, Greg Norman, super famous golfer. He sold his place for about $55 million not that long ago. And of course, the ever famous Tiger Woods has a 12-acre waterfront estate here. We're gonna drive past that as well. Unfortunately, I can't get you guys on that estate, but I can tell you a little bit about it when we get a little bit closer. All right, guys, we are approaching Nick Saban's house. This address is publicly listed. That's the only reason I know. This is where he lives, right here. And if you'd like to be Nick Saban's neighbor, you can drive right down here, and 613 South Beach Road is actively listed. So if you'd like to live next to the rich and famous, you can buy this house right here. Next up, I'm gonna take you to the Blowing Rocks Preserve. Now, this is an area that's protected by the Nature Conservancy, and it's such a special place. Blowing Rocks is this unique section of beach that has these limestone rock formations that only come out at certain times of the year. So I'm hoping that they're out today, but they're just really, really cool. And the reason this place is so special is as you walk up to the beach, it's almost like you wouldn't even know you're on the beach. I'm gonna show you the walkway through. All these beautiful sea grape hedges. It's really hidden and just really pristine. It's essentially been untouched since the Nature Conservancy, took it over, but it's a really, really cool spot that locals love and people come to visit from all over. All right, guys, welcome to Blowing Rocks Preserve. You can see exactly why this space is so special. So I'm going to take you on a quick walk through these woods up into the beach access. It's super windy day here today, guys, but you can see a little bit of these rock formations behind me. But again, on a clear day, you're gonna see these in full force. They're super, super cool. So if you do have a chance to come check this place out, you definitely wanna do it. A little bit of these rocks popping out here, but like I said, on a really good day, these are gonna expand all the way up the beach and just really create this beautiful landscape that you're not gonna see anywhere else in Florida. All right, we're headed out from Blowing Rocks. So as we're driving now, we're headed north on Jupiter Island. So to my right is the ocean and to my left is the Intercoastal Waterway. And as we drive north, I'm gonna show you guys a couple key homes here. You'll get a little bit of a feel for how large these homes are. As I mentioned before, many of them span multiple acres. They stretch ocean to intercoastal. But really the key reason why high net worth individuals like to live on this island is the privacy. Jupiter Island does have its own police force as well. So Jupiter Inlet Colony has its own police force. Jupiter Island has its own police force. Many of these homes here, you can probably see a couple of them in the background here, are behind gates. But more than that, they're behind massive hedges. So a lot of landscaping, a lot of foliage that's really going to protect the security and privacy of the individuals who live here. Again, a lot of natural beauty here. This island is very heavily protected. There's a lot of zoning laws, no commercial developments on this section of the island. They really just want to preserve the pristine nature and the beauty of Jupiter here. So as we drive through, I'm gonna take a quick pit stop. I'm gonna show you guys briefly the hedge of Tiger Woods' home. I'll talk a little bit about what he's got going on there at his estate. And then I'm gonna take you down to a listing of mine. I'm gonna show you a real multi-million-dollar property here on Jupiter Island. And then I'm gonna take you down to the Jupiter Island golf course, the golf club down there, which is very prestigious. And then we'll end at the public beach in the Hope Sound region. So let's go ahead and check out some of these homes. So here we are outside of Tiger Woods' estate. This is a 12-acre waterfront estate that he bought for $44.5 million back in 2007. This property includes a 9,700 square foot home, a 6,400 square foot gym, a massive pool, and a 3.5-acre golf course. Welcome to 318 South Beach Road. This is a current listing of mine. This house is super special, so it runs ocean to intercoastal. There are actually only 19 true ocean to intercoastal lots on the island, so it makes this property extremely special. It's got a main house, a guest house, it's got an oversized pool, it's got 137 feet of intercoastal, 133 feet of private beach, and it has your very own private 2-hole golf course. So you've really got the best of all of Jupiter living right on one piece of property. So it's super special here. I'm gonna give you guys a super quick look of the grounds, and then we're gonna keep on our driving tour and head a little bit more north. All right, guys, here we are, 318 South Beach Road. So I'm gonna give you a sneak peek of the backyard here. I did a full home tour on this property, so be sure to check that out if you wanna learn more about this particular home. But as you can see here, we're coming up the backside. We're gonna come around this way and I'll show you how it really opens up into beautiful waterfront views. Another really cool feature about living on Jupiter Island is the property across the Intercoastal Waterway, which you'll see here shortly, is Jonathan Dickinson State Park. So it's a protected area where they will never build. So you're always gonna have really expansive, wide water views that just will never be encumbered by other people's homes. So I'm gonna take you guys down here, show you a quick look at the dock, and just get a really, really good feel of the expansiveness of this property. All right, guys, so you can see here, massive backyard, killer wide water views here. I mentioned if you love boating, love fishing, or just love being on the water, Jupiter Island is the place for you. So I'm gonna take you down here out the dock so you can really see how expansive the water is here. This particular property is super great too because you do have a private beach, you've got your own dock, but you also have this little bit of beach on the intercoastal side as well, which allows you to drop a paddleboard in, drop a kayak in, or just jump in the water and cool off after a long day. All All right, next up on our Jupiter Island tour, we are going to drive up to the Jupiter Island Club and Golf Course. Now, this is the epitome of luxury living on Jupiter Island. Membership is definitely not open to the public. Oftentimes, it is passed down through generations even. So it's extremely exclusive, invite only. If there is an opportunity to join, you must be invited. But it's a really, really special place here on the island. There is a full golf course there. There's a marina. And it's just a really cool spot for residents that can get in, that are a member of the club. It's an iconic piece of Jupiter Island history. So as you drive through the Jupiter Island Club, you can see a lot of history here. This place has been here for a long time. The club was established in 1933, so it's been here almost 100 years now, which is wild. Really ultra wealthy, legacy type people joining this club. Really cool spot here too. You'll see the homes behind me are more bungalow style, so the homes do get a little smaller on this side of the island, but obviously you're right next to the golf course, which is a bonus as well. We're gonna end our tour at the Hobe Sound Public Beach Access. So this is at the very north end of Jupiter Island, and it's one of only a few public beach accesses in this particular area, but it is a really great spot to end our tour today. You're gonna see white sand beaches, beautiful clear water in the summertime. It's a little rainy and overcast here today, so it's not gonna look ideal, but in the summer, it is absolutely beautiful. You're gonna see tons of wildlife here. You've got public beach facilities, super family friendly, just a really great place to spend the day if you're a beach person or you just wanna get out and enjoy some of the beautiful nature that Jupiter Island has to offer. All right, as you've seen, Jupiter Island offers the perfect blend of natural beauty, privacy, and exclusivity that just doesn't exist anywhere else in South Florida. If you're interested in learning more about properties available in this section of Jupiter Island, please feel free to reach out. I'd love to show you around. And if you enjoyed this tour, be sure to take a look at our upcoming tour of Palm Beach, where legacy estates meet world-class shopping and dining. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.